Hello, welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. The reason I'm wearing this hat today is because in a minute I'm going to be doing a drawing for the people who commented on my video about winning a free copy of the Audible version of Disturbed Not the Dream by Pamela Trackman, given to me by Capricorn Literary. So if you are one of the winners, there are two, I will tell you how to get in contact with me and get your prize. So, but before we do that, I wanted to just go over my reading list, what I read in January, and kind of do a bit of a wrap-up here. It's a wrap-up. It's a wrap-up. So I began the month with reading one of my favorite movie thrillers, which is Marathon Man. And I got a really nice copy of this on eBay along with William Goldman's another novel he wrote called Magic, which is also one of my favorite 70s late 70s era horror films starring Anthony Hopkins. And I haven't read that one yet, but I did read Marathon Man. Here's William Goldman. He was a writer, screenplay writer and novelist. He wrote The Princess Bride, which I never, of course I've seen the movie, but I've never read the book. But now I'm kind of curious because he's a really, really good writer. This came out in 1974, and it's a great thriller. Yeah, it's a little dated, but it still holds up in many, many ways, and the movie's one of my favorites. So the basic story is about a young college student and at Columbia. He's a graduate student, and that's the part Dustin Hoffman plays in the movie, and his name's Doc, which is his nickname. I mean, Babe. And his brother, whose nickname is Doc, supposedly has some kind of fancy job in the oil business, but actually he's a spy working for a kind of a nebulous operation called the Division, which is kind of like halfway between the CIA and the FBI. They work in between. It's a little shady exactly what he does. So the basic plot is a Nazi who's been living in South America has to come back to the United States to get the diamonds that he's kept in a safe deposit box in New York City. And he was a dentist who got those diamonds from Jews in a concentration camp where he would torture them. And his name is Zell, brilliantly played by Laurence Olivier in the movie. So these worlds all kind of collide, and it's just a great, great thriller. Highly recommend it if you like classic thrillers, and really, really excellent writing. The other thing I read, two other books I read, actually there were 4 books total. I read Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien and The Two Towers by the same author. I'm very proud of myself to have gotten through the first 2 books. I'm currently taking a little break, but I'm going back. I'm really into it, you know. What can I say? When we were in the Dead Marshes, I was getting a little bit like I thought it would never end. But the ending with the big fight between Sam and the spider, I forget her name. First of all, I love that spider monster. I want to do a whole video just on that. I saw so many archetypes at work there. Yeah, I really love it. And, you know, I'm glad that I'm finally reading it. So I will continue with the next book, and I probably will pick that up. You know, I have a couple little books that I'm reading. I'll pick it up probably after that. And the other book I read, I listened to it on YouTube on an audiobook, which was excellent, and it was free. So hopefully it's still up there if you're interested. I highly recommend it. So You've Been Publicly Shamed by John Ronson. I know this book came out a few years ago. It got a lot of publicity. Now, I normally don't read a lot of current contemporary nonfiction about like media topics and that kind of thing, but I thought this was a really important message about how we interact online. So speaking of the whole public shaming, there was definitely a lot of that going on in the book community. Last couple days with an author's book. Well, she decided to pull a book because it wasn't up to the standards of this YA watch group, who are all writers themselves. And to me, that sounds like jealous bitchery. I wrote a blog about it, which you can check out below. You don't have to agree with me. I think a really good place to start with this topic is to look at Francina Simone's video. She addressed it right off the bat. In fact, that's where I heard about it at first. And she makes a lot of great points. And she is like a much needed voice of reason in a lot of these crazy things that are coming up, you know, on Twitter and stuff. So now to the drawing. All right, so I'm going to read each comment and what they had to say. Okay, so this is Ivy Clark. I would have to go with it as well. I'm pretty sure we know who it's by, LOL. I only read it because I loved the movie as a kid, but the book is so much more twisted. Love your videos. Well, thank you, Ivy. Let's put you in the hat. Next, we have Jennifer Paschal. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Pet Sematary by Stephen King was the first scary book I ever read way back in middle school. The Stand, The Dead Zone, Cujo, all early King still stands out to me. We have a lot of King fans in this group, and I guess that makes sense. All right, Jason from Jason's Weird Reads. Hi, Jason. I can't participate because I'm in Canada, but my favorite horror book is... This is actually pretty tough to answer. For now, I'll go with Salem's Lot by Stephen King. Jason, I'm going to put you in anyway, and if I choose you, I'll choose two more, but I will give you something that you can get in Canada. I'll send you a free something, T-shirt or something. All right, David Alona, The Girl Next Door, and is that The Girl Next Door? I think I've read that a long time ago, and The Exorcist. Just read The Exorcist last year. A Mom with a Book. Currently, my favorite horror book is The Haunted by Bentley Little, but it changes whenever I read another one and fall in love. LOL. That's the truth. Hey, Little Thrifter. All right. Cool giveaway. I love a copy of this audiobook. It's a tough question, but one of my favorites is definitely We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. Yes, I agree. Heidi T. I think I know Heidi. Hi, Heidi. I swear I'm not going to rig this, though. Pet Sematary by Stephen King will always be my favorite horror book. It was the first horror book I ever read. I love Pet Sematary, too. And Readful Things. I love the name of that channel. My favorite is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. A lot of, not only Stephen King, but a lot of Pet Sematary. Okay, so here we go. I'll shake up the hat. And I'm choosing two. We'll get an audiobook. So if I choose you, I will, my email's in my like a little about section, but I will list it right here. Shoot me an email and let me know what your email is or whatever, and I'll send you the information in order for you to get this. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so our first is A Mom with a Book. Congratulations, A Mom with a Book. I will be, you have to contact me first, or else I'll try to contact you through something. But anyway, we'll work it out. All right. Next. Hey, Little Thrifter. All right. I will be in contact with you, too, about this. All right. Well, congratulations to those winners. And if I hit 300 subscribers, I will be doing another one of these things because I think it's fun. So thanks for stopping by my haunted library, and I'll see you soon. Bye.